Our next port was Manta in Ecuador. Tuna boats, probably originally based in San Diego, were unloading their catches as we docked. The city of Manta has grown in the last 50 years to 550,000 plus inhabitants. Out of the city, the countryside is one of scrub and dry desert. We stopped briefly at a seaside village. A mile or two beyond the village, we climbed above 1,000 feet and entered into a jungle. A local native Manabi couple dressed in native attire. In the nearby town of Monte Cristi, the original Panama hat was created. The hat is made from boiled palm strands and woven by hand by various members of the family. The hats are made to be crushed and rolled up when not in use, and can hold water when opened and filled. An Ecuadorian instrument band played the local music. Back aboard the ship, the wind had picked up. Small dinghy sailboats out in the open ocean appeared to handle the conditions very well. Next port is Lima, in Peru. We entered Lima through the port of Callao. Since Lima is an area very prone to earthquakes, their older buildings were adapted to the earth shaking. The lower floors of these buildings are made from concrete blocks. The upper floors are constructed with bamboo cane and covered with plaster. Many buildings in the center of the city have wooden balconies, which is a major architectural feature during the colonial period. The government palace in downtown Lima is the official residence of the President of Peru, as well as the seat of the executive offices. A meeting of North and South American nations was scheduled for the next day, which included President Bush. A large military presence was apparent in preparing for the security of the visiting dignitaries. The Archbishop's Palace of Lima, along with the Cathedral of Lima, is the seat of the Roman Catholic Church in Peru, and is also located in the main square. Our first of 3 ports in Chile was Arica. It was a seaport of Peru until 1880, when it was occupied by Chile. It is now a major seaport and transportation center for northern Chile, Bolivia, and the adjacent Tacna region of Peru. The Morro de Arica is a steep and tall hill located in the city. Its height is 500 feet above the sea level. Arica is one of the driest inhabited places on Earth, as measured by rainfall. The average annual precipitation is 0.03 inches. Of interest in Arica is the San Marcos de Arica Church, designed by the famed tower builder Gustav Eiffel. Returning to the ship, we could see our cabin. The cabin was located amidships. The 8-deck atrium. The golf area. The main dining room. The upscale Chops restaurant. As we departed, we retrieved a tender that had been put over the side before we docked in the morning. It had run out of fuel and needed to be brought back to the ship by one of the whaleboats. After getting the tender in the davit falls, the whaleboat was retrieved as we started to gain speed. The boat is suspended by a single line and acquired quite an oscillation before being secured. The port of Coimbo was accessed by the tenders as there wasn't enough room for two cruise liners to dock at the same time. There was even an upper sun deck on the top of the lifeboat cum tender. We walked through the nearby hillside residences. This area was not considered a safe area, and we were asked by the police to leave to avoid the banditos. The city is a gritty industrial and shipping center which is growing quite quickly. Tourism has started to develop recently. It is an access point for popular beaches. The port is important for shipping, especially fruit and copper from the mines in the region. We left the ship in Valparaiso on a tour that finished at Santiago International Airport. We passed vineyards, one of the many exports of Chile. The lunch stop included a folkloric show at a ranchero. After a drive through the city of Santiago, we boarded our plane for Lima and then on to Los Angeles.